And thanks for joining us at Dozer Park. Thank you, Dustin. You're happy to be on video board this time, huh, Joe?
Yeah, because I told if that video wasn't working tonight, I was walking off the set.
I know, you're going to go on
these
strike.
These people came out to see me. They didn't come out to hear me.
I know. You're going to go on strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be my last show.
No, it wasn't. Nice quick road trip for us. 4 games over the holiday weekend up in Quad Cities. A split, alternating wins and losses over the 4 games. And you always tell me, I forgot to give Katie the cards. That's why she's holding up a finger. You always tell me when you go on the road, if you get a split, you did your job.
Yeah, anytime you can get at least half the wins on the road, I mean, that's a good road trip for a young ball club. And any trip is going to be shorter than the one we had during the middle of May, which was 10 days. So it seemed like we were just there, and by the time the next day happened, the series was over. So it was good to be back home.
And an even shorter homestand because we're just here for 3. Then we're going to go back out to Cedar Rapids, get our first off day in 3 weeks, and then prepare for a doubleheader and a 4-game series in Burlington before we do get to come back home for a little bit longer. So kind of a weird schedule here as we finish May today and start June, where it's...
Can't believe it's already June.
I know,
Isn't that unbelievable?
Where it's 3 gone, 3 home, 3 gone, 3 home. Are you guys able to kind of, I know the key word has been routine. Are you able to settle into a routine when it's kind of like that back and forth?
Yeah, I think when you get to this point of the season, you just pretty much, it doesn't matter where you're at. You just go out and you get ready, you get prepared physically and mentally for the game, and then you go play the game that night or afternoon. And, for the most part, those trips that are coming up, they're relatively close.
Right.
I mean, Cedar Rapids is just a couple hours away. And then the trip to Burlington, that's a commuter, so you sleep in your own room or your own bed, so to speak. So it's really not that difficult at this stage of the season.
We had a Major League rehab here last week with Johnny Peralta here. We talked about it before the series started and what you were expecting from your guys. What did you see from your 26 players in the clubhouse and what they were able to pick up from a Major Leaguer and how he kind of impacted the squad over the 5-6 days he was here?
Well, I saw a bunch of guys talking to him and listening to him. And then the big part, though, is they watched.
Right.
I mean, they watched how he came out and took batting practice and took his ground balls. They paid attention to him, which was good. But then they also asked questions and communicated with him. So I thought it was more beneficial for our guys more than probably Johnny. Johnny's just trying to get his timing back. But other than that, I really thought our guys did a tremendous job of watching and talking with them, and they just didn't just watch them and then not say anything to them. So it was a great experience.
I joked with Tyler out here last week that he was the first guy to ask you, well, what do you think he'll feed us? And you were kind of joking about, hey, he's not coming here to feed you guys. If you're lucky enough that he does feed you, yeah, you'll probably eat something well. But he did take care of the guys there at the end of the week.
Yeah, he was more than generous from what he did, and I know they printed some of it in the newspaper, which was awful nice. But I think for the most part, his presence here was worth more than what he gave us.
Right.
And but he did take care of the players and the equipment staff very well.
And now tonight, it's a guy on the other side with Milwaukee here with Wisconsin. Matt Garza is going to throw a couple innings against us. You don't see that often on the road where a Major Leaguer goes on the road and makes some kind of rehab start. But the way their schedule breaks down, it just so happens he'll pitch here and then pitch at home for them this weekend. How do your guys get ready to oppose a Major League rehab guy?
Well, I think it's great. Did Bray ask you what he's going to feed us tonight?
No, he did not ask me that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, he's going to feed us fastballs and curveballs,
yeah.
Okay? That's what you answer. Because, he's been a tremendous pitcher for a long period of time, and he's very good.
Right.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. So, what you're basically trying to do is getting ready for it, is you just treat it like it's no other person, really, and then hopefully someday you can tell your kids or your grandkids you got a hit off of them.
And that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for tonight.
So that'll start this series. Wisconsin's a team that we saw a lot of in April, 8 games, more than any other team that we've played, but now it's been more than a month. They've got some different faces. We have some different faces. How much do you guys kind of reach back into what happened back in April as you prepare your guys for this series?
Well, the only thing I remember about April is it was cold.
Right.
All right. And we know every time that we play Wisconsin that they're well coached, they're well prepared. Matt and his staff do a tremendous job over there. They throw strikes. Gary, the pitching coach over there, and they're going to put good at bats together. So we know that's going to be a part of the game no matter who's out there, what their record is. They're going to be a tough game. They're well coached, well prepared. And, we just know that we have to go out and be able to execute offensively and defensively.
You mentioned June arriving here tomorrow as we finish May. 2 months in, April gone, May finishing today. How do we evaluate where your team is through 2 months as we get ready for the last 20 games of this first half?
Well, I think if you look at it, early on, we played well at times, didn't win, lost some close games. And I think in May, we've gone through some stretches where we played extremely well, and we were just fortunate enough to win a few more of those games than lose.
Yesterday falls directly into that category. Gave up a lead late, but resilient and got a couple runs, hit by pitch with the bases loaded, scratched that last run across. Those are the kind of wins that we got as a team a lot last year, especially in July and August when the team was playing really well. So you got to have a good feeling about winning a game like that, being resilient, not quitting, and coming back and regaining the lead.
Yeah, I think anytime you can win a game like that, that's just a show of the character of these players. I mean, they've been tremendous. They fought through a lot of stuff, cold weather early on. They fought through some situations that they don't feel go their way, and they've really battled to go out there and play hard every night, and it's just paying off for them right now. And then hopefully we can continue that.
I know you mentioned your staff earlier, that Johnny took care of the field staff as well. They put in a lot of hours, the field staff, and getting guys out here. You're here every day at, 11:30 noon. Daniel Orozco, Jobel Jimenez, they're looking at video, getting guys in there. I know you guys are filling out reports as well that I think might have to been turned in today, the way everybody was kind of filling stuff out in the locker room
minute,
today.
It's kind of like Christmas shopping today for us.
I was going to say it's like
trying
school.
to get that last report done before midnight tonight.
You're cramming for that last final to get in there, but you guys are.
I never studied
when
I went to school.
That doesn't surprise me.
I didn't. I know it doesn't surprise you, but I'm just being honest. I didn't study.
But you guys are.
I just hope the guy next to me did.
That's right. So you can look over there.
Got a lot of fingers
stuff,
up today. I've never seen that many
there.
fingers before. Can't count that high.
The behind the scenes stuff and Dernier and Joe Bell and Nathan and Dan and David and doing the work and getting the guys in here early. A lot of that behind scenes stuff for you guys. How much of an impact do you see now that 2 months in having on some of these players?
Well, I think it's a tremendous impact. I really do. I think I can never say enough about the work our staff does, and a lot of it goes unnoticed to the faces out here and people that aren't around our ball club day in and day out. But the work that Dernier and Joe Bell do with the pitchers and the hitters respectively, along with Nathan, who also helps out pregame and then does some scouting in the stands during the game, and then the work that Danny and Dave do to keep these guys healthy and on the field. I mean, I can't be more blessed to have a bunch of good guys with the amount of work they do and really, really never ask for anything in return.
I like the days when you get the three catchers out there and Nathan's got to go catch in the bullpen, and that's the
I think Nathan doesn't mind it as long as Bray's not hot that night. Yeah, I think he has trouble catching Bray. And I don't know why.
He said exactly that to me today.
Yeah,
actually.
but other than that, he's been super along with all the other guys. So I'm just very, very fortunate to have those guys.
Great staff and nice little road trip there in Quad Cities. So let's get after it against these guys.
Sounds great. Thank you. I think Katie's running out of fingers.
Yeah, she is running out of fingers, so that means we're almost done. Joe Kruzel, our skipper, getting ready for this 3-game series. We're home against Wisconsin tomorrow at 7 o'clock, a Hebrew National Dollar Dog Wednesday. $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, $1 ice cream sandwiches. And if the Chiefs win, you get a ticket to another Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday regular season home game. Then it's a 7 o'clock Thirsty Thursday against Wisconsin. Thirsty Thursday with fireworks as well. Post game presented by Miller Lite. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Night on Thursday. Michelangelo and Raphael will be here for autographs and photos. They'll be having some fun with this throughout the night here at Dozer Park on Thursday, which is also Teacher Appreciation Night. And, of course, the Thirsty Thursday special with the $2 16-ounce domestic draft beers and fountain sodas. Then we go back on the road for a week. We'll be back home next week in the 10th and 11th of June and ready for some big fireworks shows, a couple giveaways, dueling pianos that weekend as well. So we hope you'll join us coming up tomorrow, Thursday, and again next week. Sit back, relax, have a lot of fun. We thank you for spending your Tuesday with us here at Dozer Park.